understandable English podcast.
Learn English the easy way.
I spent 20 minutes staring at my living room ceiling at 2 o'clock in the morning last night. Jessica, absolute total crisis mode.
Oh boy. What was it this time, Brian? Did you watch a late-night movie or eat cold pizza before bed again?
Worse. I watched a documentary about an 8-year-old kid named Leo. Jessica, this child plays 5 different musical instruments flawlessly. He plays piano, violin, cello, trumpet, and classical guitar. 8 years old.
That is genuinely impressive, but why did an 8-year-old child playing cello send you into a late-night personal crisis?
Because I am a grown adult, and what have I accomplished in my last 20 years? I cannot even play one instrument properly. I bought a ukulele 3 years ago, and it is currently sitting in my closet collecting dust next to my forgotten roller skates.
Brian, you are comparing your everyday life to a rare prodigy. Welcome to the Understandable English podcast, everyone, where Brian spiraled into an existential crisis over an 8-year-old musician while you practice your daily English listening.
Hey, if you are listening to us while commuting on the bus, cooking dinner, or taking an afternoon walk, welcome. And tell us in the YouTube comments below, have you ever felt like you should be further in life compared to someone else? Leave a comment to practice your English writing.
I think almost everyone has felt that exact feeling at some point in their life. But seriously, comparing yourself to an 8-year-old musical genius is a bit extreme, don't you think?
It felt totally real in the moment. I sat there thinking, Leo is 8 and composing concertos, while I am 30 and struggling to figure out how to program my microwave clock without setting off the smoke alarm.
Did you stop to consider that little Leo probably cannot cook himself a decent meal, clean his own room, or handle basic, real-world adult situations? He has spent his entire life in music rooms.
That is actually a good point. I bet Leo cannot make a perfectly toasted grilled cheese sandwich on a Tuesday night like I can. But still, society puts so much pressure on us to have everything completely solved by a certain age.
We build these imaginary timelines in our heads, don't we? By 25, you should have a career. By 30, you should own a home. And if you have not figured out your entire life purpose yet, you feel like a massive failure.
Exactly. It feels like everyone else got a secret instruction manual for adulthood, and my copy got lost in the mail or dropped in a puddle.
I felt the exact same way in my early 20s, Brian. I was completely lost and terrified that I was falling behind all my university friends who were getting corporate office jobs.
Wait, really? You, Jessica? The most calm, organized, structured person I know? I find that almost impossible to believe.
It is true. After finishing school, I worked 3 totally random jobs that had nothing to do with each other or my degree. I worked as a barista at a busy train station coffee shop. Then I worked at a plant nursery taking care of flowers. And then I worked in a tiny used bookstore.
That sounds like a movie plot, not a real career path. Did you feel like you were wasting precious time while your friends were climbing the corporate ladder?
At the time, yes. I used to cry in my car after my shifts at the coffee shop because I thought I was wasting my life and falling behind everyone else. I felt like I was running into a problem every time I tried to plan my future.
So what changed? How did you go from crying in your car at a train station coffee shop to feeling so grounded and calm today?
I realized later that those so-called lost years were actually the most valuable years of my life. Working with coffee taught me how to handle high-stress situations gracefully, working with plants taught me patience, and working at the bookstore taught me how much I love quiet, meaningful communication.
So all those random jobs were actually building up your real-world emotional skills, even when you did not realize it back then?
Precisely. Life is not a linear race where everyone starts at the same line and runs toward the same finish line. Every single person is on a completely unique track with their own personal timing.
That makes so much sense, but it is so hard to remember when social media shows you everyone's highlight reel 24 hours a day.
Social media is the absolute biggest thief of joy and peace. You see someone your age buying a massive house or starting a successful business, and you forget that you are seeing one perfect percentage of their reality.
Right. They do not post videos of themselves sitting on the floor trying to assemble flat-pack furniture at midnight while eating cold noodles, which is my average Thursday evening.
And that is totally fine. Life is made of those messy, normal, unglamorous moments. We need to stop treating normal adult life like a disappointment just because we are not child prodigies or millionaires.
I had another moment like that last month, actually. I ran into an old high school classmate at the grocery store near my apartment.
Oh, those unexpected run-ins with old school friends can be so emotionally intense. How did the conversation go?
Well, he started telling me about his new executive job, his 2 cars, and his upcoming luxury vacation to Italy. And I was standing there holding a plastic bag containing a single avocado and a bottle of shampoo on sale.
Oh, Brian, did you start over explaining your life achievements to try to match his energy?
Of course I did. I panicked and told him I was working on several secret international creative projects, which was a complete lie because my biggest project that week was learning how to remove water stains from my wooden coffee table.
You just cannot help yourself in those moments, can you? You felt threatened by his success, so your brain immediately created a dramatic cover story to protect your pride.
I know, it was so embarrassing. As soon as he walked away, I felt so foolish. Why couldn't I just say, that sounds great? I am doing well and enjoying my quiet life right now?
Because we have been conditioned to believe that simple, quiet happiness is somehow not enough. We think we always have to be striving, achieving, and proving our worth to people we barely even know.
It turns out that my high school classmate was actually super stressed out. A mutual friend told me a week later that he works 80 hours a week, never sleeps, and hates his job.
See, you were envying a lifestyle that you would actually find completely miserable. That is why comparing your inside feelings to someone else's outside presentation is always a trap.
It really is. I would much rather have my free evenings, my coffee table projects, and my peace of mind than an 80-hour work week just to buy a fancy car.
That is real wisdom, Brian. It takes time to get used to the idea that your personal pace is the only pace that actually matters for your happiness.
I am slowly trying to get used to that mindset. It is a daily practice, especially when my brain naturally wants to turn everything into a competition.
It is a process for all of us. When you stop worrying about where you think you should be, you finally have the space to appreciate where you actually are right now.
That is such a comforting thought. And hey, if you are enjoying this conversation today and it is helping you feel better about your own journey, please take a second to hit the like button on this video or podcast. It really helps our channel reach more English learners around the world.
It really does, and we love having you as part of our learning community. Now, let us transition into our vocabulary tour for today's episode, where we take a look at 6 high-value, everyday English phrases we used earlier.
These 6 phrases are extremely common in real spoken English, so pay close attention to how they are used.
Our first phrase on the tour today is fall behind. Simple meaning: to make slower progress than other people or to fail to keep up with a schedule or expectation. Example sentence: if you miss too many classes at university, it can be very easy to fall behind on your coursework.
Our second phrase is run into a problem. Simple meaning: to experience an unexpected difficulty, challenge, or obstacle while trying to accomplish something. Example sentence: we ran into a problem with our kitchen plumbing yesterday morning, so we had to call a professional plumber.
The third phrase is build up. Simple meaning: to increase, develop, or accumulate something gradually over a period of time. Example sentence: taking a short walk outside every morning is a great way to build up your overall daily energy levels.
Our fourth expression is it turns out that. Simple meaning: to be discovered, proven, or revealed to be true in a specific way, especially when the final result is surprising. Example sentence. I thought I lost my apartment keys at work, but it turns out that they were in my jacket pocket the whole time.
The fifth phrase on our list is get used to something. Simple meaning, to become accustomed or comfortable with a new habit, situation, or environment over time until it feels completely normal. Example sentence. It took me a few weeks to get used to waking up early for my new job, but now my body naturally wakes up at 6.
And our sixth phrase is keep in mind. Simple meaning to remember, consider, or pay attention to a helpful piece of advice or information when making a decision. Example sentence. When you are practicing your English speaking skills, keep in mind that making small mistakes is a completely natural part of the learning process.
Those 6 expressions are so practical for everyday conversations. Listeners, pick your favorite phrase from today's list and write your own sentence with it in the comments section below right now.
Writing practice sentences in the comments is truly one of the most effective ways to solidify new vocabulary in your long-term memory.
Well, Jessica, I think my existential crisis about 8-year-old musical prodigies is officially cured for today. I am going to go home, accept my personal pace, and maybe even play one single chord on my ukulele.
I am so happy to hear that, Brian. Baby steps are still steps forward, no matter how small they might seem to anyone else.
Thank you so much for listening and spending your precious time with us today on the Understandable English podcast. Take care of yourselves, be kind to your own timeline, and keep practicing your English every single day.
Have a peaceful, relaxed day, everyone. We will talk to you again in our next episode. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.
I tried not to fall behind in life, but I ran into a problem trying to build up my ukulele skills, and it turns out that I just need to get used to my own slow pace, while I keep in mind that I can at least make a great grilled cheese sandwich.
You hold on to that grilled cheese talent, Brian. Goodbye, everyone.